Basically, everything started when I was 15. The problem was I got kicked out from my parents.
I became homeless because I was living in an accommodation and I got into debt.
I didn't know where to go, where to stay.
When my parents was killed, a friend of my father brought me here.
From that day that you decide to make yourself intentionally homeless, you have to think it's not going to be easy as it used to be before.
The experience is really bad because a lot of people is sharing toilets, kitchen, why is everything messed up, it's not tidy.
It wasn't my idea of being independent. I absolutely hated it.
Can you tell us how you became homeless? How have you tried to make things better? Do you think you'll ever be able to go home or return to the last place you lived at? Who else do you know who's managed to give you some support? Do you have any family connection to this borough or employment connection to this borough?
We're now going to contact your parent or guardian to confirm what the situation is at home. Depending on what your parent or guardian says, we'll also be contacting any other family members or friends to see if they've assisted and what support they've offered you. We'll also be talking to your family to see if it's possible for you to return home. Mediation may also be part of the process to help resolve the situation within the family. To enable us to process your request, we'll need ID and proof of your status within the UK.
You have to set an expectation at the very, very beginning that coming into the service does not mean instant access into social housing.
One thing we can't do, we can't build houses for people to move into. Central London is always going to be an expensive area. It's always going to be an area of high demand and high rents. But what we can do is increase the people's choices from when they're ready to leave this accommodation.
We have to prepare them for what's out there, which is private rented and sharing a room in a house pretty much until they're 35.
So there's a bit of debunking of myths, if you like, for young people, and we need to be clear from that from the beginning.
We provide them with a key worker who's able to then assess their support needs and refer them into relevant services.
On site, we've got a range of services that the young people can access. For example, we have an education and training team that will work on the young people's CVs, help them fill in college applications, get them job apprenticeship schemes.
We're asking them to do quite a lot of things, you know, that you wouldn't necessarily expect a 16, 17-year-old young person to have to really look at.
The optimum stay here is about 1 year. If people are there a bit longer, then there's the risk they might get a bit institutionalised and become a bit more dependent. And that's not what we're all about at all.
The things I would like to have known before I moved out would be probably that people assume that once you move out, you get a council flat like that, but it doesn't happen like that. You have to wait quite a long time, and you have to go through a long and lengthy process.
Yeah, the advice that I'm going to give to the young people that are coming from different countries to live in this country, they think that when you come in, you're going to get a straight flat. It's not like that. You have to go a lot of process, living in hostel, living with different people in different backgrounds.
Living by your own is not good because you have to manage your own stuff, your own life.